went from 427 to 220 pounds.
Yeah, about 220.
So sorry, let's go back to that for a second.
Okay.
How did that happen?
That started with my mom, literally, and I didn't find out that story till later. But she said she used to go to the doctor with me, and the doctor pulled her aside and said, if you don't lose weight, he's gonna die.
Hey guys, Danny with Danny Gusson Fitness Podcast here. We have one of our top trainers here, Joshua Romero. It was weird calling you Joshua. And,
Joshua.
And TJ Stokes. TJ is one of J.O., right? TJ is one of our clients here, and TJ's got an amazing story. Dates back all the way to 2001. He's got a story in many ways very unique, but in many ways it's like a lot of our stories with some highs and some lows. And we got to learn more about him, the things he's learned over the years, how that culminated into his more recent 70-pound weight loss journey, and what he plans to do next with it. It's exciting. I'm happy to be a part of it. Josh has done an amazing job with him, and we spritzed some fun stuff here and there. So I think you guys are going to enjoy this, and thank you for watching. TJ.
Yeah, let's get it.
Josh.
How's it going?
Thank you guys so much for coming on.
I'm happy to be here, man.
So TJ, we're just going to get right into it because there's so much to your story that I'm sure we could be talking about this for hours.
Okay.
So when I asked you a little bit in preparation for this, we always kind of like to leave it up to our clients, like, hey, where do you want to lead the conversation? What do you feel passionate about? What do you feel people need to hear, right? And you've got quite the story, right? And it dates back all the way to 2001. Right? So at one point you were 427 pounds?
Yeah.
How old were you then?
Shoot, 20? Yeah, I was when I had we'll get into that, I guess, but I had the weight loss surgery soon after, and they said I was the youngest person that has ever been there. So I was like 21 when I had the surgery.
Yeah.
Wow.
And what kind of, was it like a bariatric surgery?
Yeah, the gastric bypass.
Okay.
Yeah.
And one of the things you mentioned is that you've struggled with weight your whole life.
Oh, yeah. I felt like I was skinny to when I was 7. Then I started eating.
Yeah.
I just never
the
stopped.
Stress of life.
Right, really. I got to go outside and play. I got to come back in the house. But literally, that's how I really see it in my head. Like my grandmother, she was the best cook ever. And I feel like at around 7 years old, I just started eating her food, and here we are.
Grandma's fault.
And you know what? She passed about 4 months ago, and I lost weight. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it. I don't know.
It's the universe.
Her cooking is gone. So
Yeah.
So is it, you had access to good food?
Oh, yeah.
And did you just found yourself maybe a little bit more drawn to
just
eating than the average person, or what was that like for you?
I don't know what it was.
You probably weren't even thinking about that at the time, right?
No, it was just fun.
Yeah.
Right.
When was the first time you actually thought to yourself, I'm a big kid?
Funny story, when I was in 5th grade, and we had I had to get a bigger desk than everybody else.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. And would you consider yourself to be, at the time, were you an active kid?
Yeah, I felt like I was. I played basketball all day. I was outside all day. Had to get beat to come in the house, the opposite of what it is now.
Yeah,
So,
right.
Yeah,
That's true.
I mean, my mother, I remember taking me to the doctor and them doing all these tests to see if something is wrong.
Yeah.
Like thyroid or something like that.
Okay.
But, no, I was just eating.
What about your parents? Were either of them bigger? Or?
No. I'm literally, maybe on my father's side.
Okay.
It's a couple of clumps on
on
that side. A couple of clumps on that side, and I became a clump too. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what the clumps is? Hercules, fabulous Cletus. that one. So I became one of the clumps. But my mom's side is everybody's in shape.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, you're kind of in the anomaly then.
Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting. Yeah, obviously childhood obesity is even bigger than it ever has been. I mean, I live in a townhome community, and so there's, people different socioeconomic backgrounds, and I see just, that sometimes that's, you don't always have the access to the best food,
right.
or, when you're in a situation where maybe money's tight,
right.
maybe food education isn't near the top.
Right.
So it is interesting to me. I feel like I've noticed more so, like some of these kids are walking around like clumps.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
You know, like there's this one kid. I always see him outside, and I go like, how is he as big as he is?
Yeah.
But then he rode off on his electric scooter.
Ah, yeah, no exercise.
Like maybe,
that's right.
Maybe that's part
Riding
of it.
to the drive-through with it and everything.
Exactly. Well, okay, so not necessarily like a concrete explanation for why it was that way. Interesting. So somewhere along the line, back in 2008, you mentioned that you got into drinking heavily.
Yeah.
Right? And so you were, weight loss journey 2001, you went from 427 to 220 pounds?
Yeah, about 220.
So sorry, let's go back to that for a second. How did that happen?
That started with my mom, literally, and I didn't find out that story till later. But she said she used to go to the doctor with me, and the doctor pulled her aside and said, if he don't lose weight, he's gonna die. So that's when she started. She literally changed her insurance plan up because she was a teacher for Chicago Public Schools. She became a principal and all that, but she had to change, like, I guess, Blue Cross to whatever, just so I could get the surgery, because I was like 20 at that point.
Wow.
Yeah, so she told me that like years later.
Yeah, well, that's a good mom right there.
Yeah, and I had the weight loss surgery. I lost weight. Then I had to get the skin removed. That was like 3 more surgeries, like major surgeries. That's probably worse than the weight loss surgery.
Yeah, I would imagine, because
at one point my
taking skin
arm
off.
swole up, and I woke up and it was draining blood everywhere. So we had to go.
Was it infected?
Yeah, we had to go back there in the middle of the night, and they put me back to sleep and clean it out and everything. So I think I've had like 4 surgeries for this journey.
Do you have pictures from back then?
If I do, I don't know where they are.
He burned them.
Probably.
Oh, wow. That's why. Is it wild sometimes to think back, like,
It is.
you know, it's all relative, right? For some people, being 250 pounds is, for some people, being 400 pounds. Right. Hey guys, quick break here. You know, just want to ask you guys to like, subscribe, and share the content with others who you think would benefit if you found this video helpful or any of our videos. Also, please comment. At the end of the day, we do these videos for you. We love your feedback. We'll always reply to the comments in the comment section and keep them in mind for future videos.
I do have 2 pictures. I'm going to text them to you because my coworker at Walgreens, I used to work in the pharmacy, and I was like, I had just got the surgery when I started working there in like 2001.
Okay.
And I worked there for 6 years. So like on the 6th year, I was like smaller than this.
Yeah.
It was like drastic. I went from like a nutty professor, the big clumps, to when Eddie was just Eddie. Right.
That's wild.
Yeah.
So it was just going to 427 to 220. Was that just purely the result of the bariatric surgery?
I didn't do anything positive other than be 21 years old, losing weight and drinking. So that was like the beginning of it was like high school for me. Because high school for me was more like, I'm 400 pounds, you know, I'm just going to kind of just be here.
Yeah.
But when I lost the weight, it was like,
time to cut loose a little bit.
Yeah, it was party time.
Live life.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Yeah, and my mom understood that, you know. My dad, not so much.
Yeah.
Your lifestyle, too, reinforced
Right.
that, you know, on the road and doing comedy shows at night and stuff.
That was later. That was way later.
Okay. Yeah.
But maybe soon. You never know.
We're
Set
gonna
the
go down this
foundation.
trail.
Right. Yeah.
So somewhere around that time, that 2001, as you're recovering, that's around the time you started partying a bit more.
Yeah.
So I already kind of spoiler alert on it, but you know, you got heavy into drinking around 2008. Mm-hmm. What kind of led to that? What led to being?
I think that was like the first time I moved away from home, because I was a mama's boy, and I didn't move out the house till I got like, as we call, as Chris Rock would say, a career, a real job.
Okay.
So that's when I was like, I moved out on my own. I moved to California. I didn't know anybody, so drinking was like kind of like to kill time and stay at home and drink, and that's when it kind of took off.
Maybe even to kind of cover up some loneliness? Or?
Yeah, exactly. That's what it was, the loneliness.
Where did you live in California?
In Oakland.
Oakland, okay. Like more northern, middle California?
Bay. Yeah.
Okay.
I lived there for 6 years, so, and that kind of started the the drinking journey. It was like if I was a sports player, I'd been Michael Jordan.
The Michael Jordan
right.
drinker.
I'd have been Michael Jordan the drinker.
Hey, at least you were great at something.
Right, drinker from the free throw line. You know what I'm saying? Man.
That's wild.
Man. And then after that, I kind of got in trouble with drinking, so I guess we can get into that, or whatever you want to get into. I don't want to over talk you.
No, man. I mean, obviously, wherever, it's like, it's a collaborative thing, right? Even like we talk about training sometimes, right? Like the best results are not when we're sitting here going, this is what we're doing, this is the plan, and whatever you say, la, 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 la.
Right.
Like, you know, it's a back and forth, you know, that's how we're going to get the most out of this experience, man. So, but I appreciate you being thoughtful, right? Not this guy.
What's that?
This first time Josh is on the podcast.
Man.
He's like, he's elfing up on me. He like put his feet on the table.
He took all the microphones and started talking.
I was like, that's where you wanted to sit.
Right.
We learned now. I'm just sitting back and absorbing. But mainly, honestly, is because I just love to just absorb your story right now and just thinking about the rerun of this playbook that we're doing, kind of running this route again, but going way more holistic versus what you had to go through.
Right.
You know, we've never even talked about having any type of surgery this time around.
Right.
You know, we actually make fun of like,
Right.
it's no shame on people that do it, but like the Ozempic stuff, Zempic, right?
Yeah, Ozempic, that's what I call it.
So, like, it's just amazing to see where your mindset is shifted this time versus what you've gone through in the past. Where, granted, you were a kid still, and your mom was having you go through some of that stuff too and supporting you.
Right.
But I'm just absorbing everything right now. So.
Yeah. I mean, I call it the Ozempic, but I mean, people do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Whatever works for you.
Yeah.
But I say as soon as you stop taking it, it's like when I had the surgery. It was more like if you don't follow the rules that they give you, eat right, take whatever multivitamins you need, you're going to blow right back up.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. So as soon as you get off the Ozempic, it's like the Buddy Love juice from Nutty Professor. It starts wearing off.
Yeah.
You be talking like this, and you be like, Miss Purdy, upside. So.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I'm with you on the fact that, you know, every once in a while my clients will ask me my opinion on Ozempic and things like that. And ultimately, I mean, we all kind of know the best path is exercising, eating healthier, being active, some variation of right?
Yeah.
But if you're at a point where you're going to die, or the issues from you being overweight are so significant that it's going to be this cascading effect of your life falling apart.
Right.
And you look in the mirror and I'm not going to start exercising. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to eat healthier.
Yeah.
Like you said, kind of do what you need to do.
Yeah.
And then maybe that will be what you need initially to get into exercise. You're like, now I've built some confidence. Now I have some weight off. Maybe I can start exercising.
Yeah.
So you never quite know where the journey is going to be, right?
Yeah. But I would say the confidence, for me, like, it was coming here.
Yeah.
Just like the vibe in here gives me a lot of confidence. I feel like it's almost like going around family. You know what I'm saying?
That's
'Cause
awesome.
You can walk in any other gym or any other place, and you just you're there alone. But when I come in here, it's like, cheers. That's what it feels like. You want to go where everybody know your name.
Yeah.
But it just feels good. So it's not like you're being looked down on. Everybody's just lifting you up. So
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it takes everybody,
Yeah.
and it takes you.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we have some amazing clients too. It's definitely, we've somewhere along the line this culture really caught fire, but again, it wouldn't be that way if it was just us hanging out. It'd probably go a different direction.
Right.
You should come in our break room and see the culture. But no,
all the trainers are dope. Like, if J.O., that's what I call him, Josh, J.O. If J.O. will ever miss a day or something, say you can train with, I train with anybody. That's how the vibe is, you know what I'm saying?
That's awesome, man. Well, I appreciate that. I really do. And we're lucky to have you. So when you said you drank yourself into the hospital twice.
Twice.
Right? Now, when you look back on that, what was it? It started off as a loneliness thing. Right? What did that turn into?
Dependency. Like, I couldn't function without it. Like, I would wake up and I joke about it, but it's kind of like a way for me to express it. I like, you know, people have meal prep. I kind of had like drink prep. It was like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And I would literally have like bottles enough for one day, and I would buy some for tomorrow. Like I drink. Like I told you before, I was like urinating blood, even going to the bathroom, bowel movements, blood. Like I was, I tripped drunk and busted my lip. I was like, stuff could have went bad. I could have bled to death or something. So
yeah, I mean, pee and blood is pretty bad.
right. And me, I'm just sitting there. Oh, that's bad.
Just another Tuesday.
Right.
You're like, wow, this could really turn into a problem.
Right. I need to hydrate.
Wow, that's wild. And so somewhere along the line, you got into AA. It sounds like one of your friends.
Yeah, my best friend since 3rd grade, Marshawn.
Shout out to Marshawn.
Yeah, shout out to Marshawn. He was a big influence on me getting sober because we talked so much, but then he stopped talking to me. And I remember, I'll never forget, I called him up. I was like, I feel like we're not friends no more. He said, man, sometimes you got to let people just fall. And he hung up, and I was like, damn. And that was like one of them things, like, okay. And then I reached out to him, and I didn't get sober the first time. You know, it probably took maybe a year process because I would get sober for like 3 months, get angry, come home and drink. And that happened like 3 or 4 times. But the final time, he took me to the AA meeting, and I remember he dropped me off because he used my car. And I always joke with him now. I was like, you dropped me off because you don't want my ass to leave. That's the only reason you dropped me off. You want to make sure I didn't leave that place. Yeah. But that was the beginning. And I had to go. It was required for me to go like maybe, 5 times a week.
Wow, okay, it's pretty extensive.
Yeah, I had to go to intensive outpatient, and that was like going to a hospital 3 times a week. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 5 to 8?
Yeah.
And then along with 5 other AA meetings and stuff.
Wow. What was the withdrawal process like?
Honestly, I didn't really have any, because people say you shake or get headaches or any kind. I didn't really have anything.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I've heard physical withdrawals from alcohol can be like some of the worst.
Yeah, like life-threatening.
In fact, they show occasionally on some of those shows where, like, you know how they like follow someone's story and then at the end they give you like, this is what happened, and like so and so died during rehab.
Yeah, I really didn't have any.
That's kind of wild too, because if you think about it, for so long, you know, especially like weed got legalized here in Illinois, like 4 years ago? Yeah. Something like that? Yeah. Josh is like, it was March.
I'll tell you the time of day. I'll tell you who signed the paper.
He got the scroll here. Yeah, no.
Oh, man.
But it is pretty wild that, you know, that was met with so much friction, right? But you hear story after story about just alcohol just being
they make too much money.
Yeah. Although I hear that's kind of changing a little bit with the newer generation. Like I've heard from some of my clients who know people in the liquor distribution, like that the money's starting to drop a little bit because the Gen Zers don't really like drinking as much. Maybe part of it's the weed and stuff.
Right. They too high to drink.
Some other alternative.
Spend it on something.
Now, was Marshawn in Oakland too?
No, he's out here.
So you just...
I had moved back here.
Okay, you had to move back because it was just getting...
No, I just transferred. Back home.
Okay.
When I moved out, I always wanted to come back to Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah, always. And when I got the chance, I came back. And that was like 2014, and then I started drinking, even more. Like it just always went like this. It was never like...
Yeah, it kept revving up.
Yeah. I would have days when I wouldn't eat. Wow. I remember I went to my grandmother's house for Easter one day, and she said, you're getting skinny, look at you. And she hit my stomach, and she was like, yeah, you need to start eating. And in my head, I'm like, if she only knew.
Yeah.
Like I hadn't eaten in like 2 days. Like I was just drinking.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Josh, do you know most of this already?
This is all new.
No, you don't know none of this.
This is all new to me. But that's why there's even more accolade, because just knowing your personality right now, it's just amazing to hear what you've gone through and genuinely asking you. And I don't think I would think different now, but like I would ask you these questions on how your diet was. And just hearing how you'd respond to how your grandma would say if you only knew, that's probably, I could be wrong, but I wasn't, it might come off like I was challenging you maybe in your head of like, does he think I'm not truthful? But like, it's just amazing just how far you've came. Man. I'm baffled by everything, man. You know, I don't know why, I just keep thinking about, he very early on in our training, we were talking about nutrition and talking about your grandma, and I was like, oh, what's like vegetables? You remember that? I was like, what kind of vegetables you like? He's like, you don't get this body.
Right, yeah. You don't get this body eating vegetables, man. Come on now, man.
Yeah.
Straight up.
But no, yeah, honestly, like it's just amazing because now I can I'm just connecting dots on like some of the things that we've talked about, and just hearing your story now and thinking, okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Why he thinks about it this way, or like how he navigates it this way, you know? Yeah. So, and especially like the whole drinking thing. Early on, I didn't know how intense your alcohol addiction was. Right. So like hearing you have like some kickbacks or going to the club, and I'd ask you like, oh, you gonna have a drink or something? And you're like, no. Nah. And now I know like absolutely not. Yeah. There's no question about it.
And I'm grateful people like you, everybody in here, and everybody in my life is like that. Like they watch me. Even though I don't really need it anymore, I appreciate it. Yeah. And I always want it. Because I never forget, I went to Darian's house, a.k.a. D-Lou.
D-Lou.
It was for a Friendsgiving, I think last year or the
year
before.
Here?
Yeah, right.
Next time I see him,
D-Lou. Right. Yeah. People call him Darian. I'm like, oh, that's this government name. Government name.
I used to, and then Lou. He told me, and I was like, who's Lou?
Right. I don't think I've ever called him Darian ever. Hi, Darian. But anyway.
I'm thinking of like the white Dave Chappelle right now.
Right. Darian. Like, yeah. But he had a Friendsgiving, and they had some candy. And my other friend, Kels, was there, and I grabbed some candy, and she kind of snatched it from me. So I looked at her. We got a weird relationship. And I was like, you don't give me this goddamn candy, my woman. And she was like, no. So I kind of looked at her like, hey, man, it's about to go bad for both of us. We're gonna tear this place up. And she was like, no, it's got alcohol in it. I was like, oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Like, people like that, you know what I'm saying? And that would only happen if I was open. Yeah. Because I really could have messed everything up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if everybody knows, then everybody will help me.
So all of these things are parts of your journey. Right? And we're going to get to the point where you are today, but when you look back on AA and that whole experience, how has that influenced some of how you've approached your weight loss journey and fitness, all that ever since then?
Also, if y'all see me wipe my nose because they got the temperature on 42 up in here.
It does get pretty cold.
Right. And I'm an old man. I'm 43 now.
It does
keep
us awake, though. Yeah.
Like, shiver me timbers.
Yeah.
But you said, how does AA resonate now?
Yeah. Well, just or even what were some of the things you learned that you feel like you could apply to your weight loss journey since? Like how you got into fitness, some of the things. Were there nuggets from that you feel like that changed how you perceive things? Or I
wish I had like a great answer for AA, but everybody who knows me knows I'd be like, yo, man, not to deter anybody, but I hated AA. That's the only reason I don't drink no more, because I don't ever want to have to go back.
Yeah, so you don't go to meetings or anything like that since? Because some people, it almost becomes... That's like their philosophy of life. Yeah. Like from then on out,
it's like a culture.
Like I'm once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic. Yeah. Which I'm not an alcoholic. In fact, in some ways I find it impressive to do what you were talking about doing. I know this is sound bad, but to like get that, to drink that much every day. Like I think of getting one hangover and I'm like, I'm never gonna do this again. I would never think of like revving up from there, right? So there's something sort of impressive.
I used to drink it more. I used to drink more.
Like, the hangover's coming. Let me drink it.
Drink it away. Yeah. What did Denzel say in Training Day? Get that beer up in you. That's what I did.
But yeah, I mean, I've personally never had that like addictive personality. So sometimes when I hear people say, and I don't have that experience with AA, I know there's wisdom in it. I know there's good things about it, obviously. But there's a part of me that almost shudders a little bit when I hear people say like, "Oh, well, I'm an alcoholic forever."
Right. Yeah.
What do you think about? Is there any? For some reason, I have an issue with like that. Just being that like, maybe for some people that's what they need because the pull is too so much. But then there's also a part of me that's like, gosh, you're so much more than that. I feel like too.
Right.
Like
I think it's weird. Because one of my coworkers, she always says, one of her siblings says she's recovered. And she's like, she's the first recovered alcoholic ever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's a joke, but it's like, how long do you say I'm recovered? You know, if anything, I'd be like, I'm in remission. Because at any time it could come back or something. Yeah. But I don't feel like I'm an alcoholic. Alcoholics have, I feel like they can change the word. Because when you recover, that means you're a recovering alcoholic. That means you're always recovering. At some point, you just don't drink no more, you know, and that's where I am now. So, I don't do the recovering alcoholic thing.
Yeah, but I guess kind of bringing it back to like that Ozempic thing we were talking about, whatever works, I guess.
Right.
You know, ultimately, whether you have to call yourself a alcoholic for the rest of your life or whether it's something else.
Right. It's like me saying,
whatever gets the job done.
I'm a recovering fat man forever. You know what I'm saying? Forever. As long as I go to the gym, I'm recovering from fatness.
That's a good point.
That's right. Yeah, it's crazy. But AA had its good moments because there's nothing but awesome people there. I would say that. Everybody who I ever met was genuine because that's when nobody's in there because they're having because they had a great point in their life. You know what I'm saying? It's the most humbling place. When you walk in, like, people greet you. It's like a family, so I'll give it that.
Yeah, you said it was, when you gave me your notes, it was like one of the hardest parts of your life, just going through that process.
Yeah.
What were some of the things that made it so hard?
I kind of did it alone because I was just going through a breakup at that point. Okay. So we were, like, on the fence, and then we just kind of said, forget it. Okay, now here I am. Getting ready to sober up, and it was like, and I'm already like a loner anyway. And I remember the first night when I had to stay in the hospital overnight for the second time. And then I got out on a Wednesday. And Thursday, all my friends texted me, like, let's go out to eat tomorrow. So we went out. They didn't know any of this. And we ate and had a good time. And I was in the parking lot with like half of them because the rest had left. And I started crying or whatever, or something like that. And they was like, what's wrong? I was like, yo, man, I just got out of the hospital yesterday for drinking. I got a problem. And I thought they were going to be like, you know, they were like, hey, man, we got you.
Yeah.
We here for you.
That's
Let's
awesome.
get it, whatever you need. And I was like, damn.
Yeah, they just stepped up.
Yeah.
Right away.
Yeah, immediately.
Wow, man, that's really amazing. I mean, just that was one of the things, again, in one of the notes you sent me was just that you've had so many supportive people. And even your buddy Marshawn.
Yeah.
Like, I really kind of love that he gave you, you know, I think some people might hear that and go, oh, well, that wasn't nice.
Right.
But sometimes that is nice.
Yeah.
Like telling somebody.
It's like the wake-up call.
Yeah, like, hey, man, I love you, but I have boundaries. Yeah. And you've crossed them too many times, right? Like, I'm not loving you if I just keep enabling you.
Right.
Right.
Or if I love you, I'll love you from a distance.
Right.
If you keep on that path, so.
And they can, he does, and then you can laugh about it later. You know what I'm saying? Because we laugh about that all the time now. When I tell them, like, you just didn't want me to go to the liquor store when you left because I took my car.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
it's did he say that's true?
Huh?
Did he say that was true?
No, but it probably was, knowing Marshawn.
Yeah. So fast forward into today, you know, somewhere, because you've lost what? How much have you lost?
73 since our first day.
Training, yeah.
And that was what?
February
First off, dude, that's
1st,
amazing.
Yeah,
almost.
February 1st. Yeah.
Wow. So 73 pounds in 8 months?
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And you were a bigger guy, so, you know, that's part of why, you know, someone might hear that and go, whoa.
Right.
But that's also a really good pace, but a healthy pace.
Right.
Because, you know, so many people lose that, you know, if they do lose crazy amounts of weight, maybe they did it in 3 months, whatever, but through crash dieting, whatever.
Right.
But you're doing it the right way.
Yeah.
You know, you've been getting stronger, getting in shape. So tell me about that process, because this was new for you.
Right, yeah, this is all new.
This is all new. And one of the things, again, in your notes here, you said, this has been the absolute best year you've felt physically.
Literally.
Right? Yeah. So tell me about that. I mean, obviously a lot of this involves Josh, and Josh, I'd love you to chime in as we go, but what?
I told him the other day, I was like, when you said that you had a military guy for me, and I was in my head, I was like, oh, hell no.
Yeah.
Because I'm not doing all that yelling. I was like, no, that ain't going to work for me, right? I was like, I can't do it. I remember you told me that, and I was like, okay, I'm going to come and do this assessment, and then that's it. I'm never coming back. But it went so well, and then and here we are 8 months later.
Yeah. I'll sprinkle it in here and there,
Jill.
right? I think, I mean, before I get to like that, I just want to acknowledge one thing I think that's got him so far, trying to connect these dots, is just hearing how of an addictive personality you had.
Yeah.
I look at that and I think that was his talent. That's what got him so far.
Like
because
harnessed it.
Well,
Right.
because what I every time I talk about his diet for months on end, even to this day, we hear the same thing: is, hey, how's your diet? What's that look like? And it's chicken, right? Broccoli, spinach,
beans.
and string beans.
Yeah.
And that's like every single day or every week. That's what he's
Literally.
eating.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, that you just kind of tied this one vice and you just shifted it to nutrition.
It's funny you
And it
say
doesn't-
that about addictive personalities, because my older cousin, my mother's favorite cousin. When I was going through my drinking thing, she literally told me, because she got me through the drinking. I used to talk to her every day. And she used to say, TJ, addictive personalities or mentalities, they run in our family.
Mm.
She said, your grandfather was alcoholic, which he was. His father was some gambling, but we have that in our...
Yeah.
So when you said that, I was like, damn.
So, yeah, it can still be there. I just see you using it in a new engine.
Yeah.
In a new vehicle,
Yeah.
you know.
Same fuel.
Yeah.
So,
Different car.
yeah.
I like that. That's cold. Same fuel, different car.
Yeah.
Man.
So what were some of the things that stood out to you? Because, again, you did the bariatric surgery in 2001, so that was just basically,
Right.
I can't eat as much,
Right.
all that, right?
Yeah.
And then you said you got back to 350 back when you started the drinking, right? So have you been kind of 350?
Probably for at least since maybe 2001. I started doing comedy in 2018, and I was kind of slimmer.
Yeah.
I might have been like where I am now in
Yeah.
2018. But through that, I just kind of went up and up. I look back at some of my pictures at the Laugh Factory or Zanies, whatever, and I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
Like, I just look, bloated. And just, I text Darian the other day. I was like, yo, don't it feel good not to sweat for no reason, man? You just stand there and just be dry.
I had a roommate who was 500 pounds,
Man.
a little over 500 pounds. He was an interesting one, though, because earlier I was talking about how somebody's 200 might be somebody's 400.
Right.
He wore it well.
Right.
I'm not saying he didn't look big. He
Right.
looked big for sure. But yeah, what you got me thinking is he always had a sweat rag on him.
Right, yeah,
He'd go
Got
up and down the stairs, and all of a
Yeah.
sudden, he'd be doing the dabbing. But he actually, by the time he moved out, he was back down to around 250.
Oh, man.
One day I look at him, I go, dude, you've got beautiful eyes. I haven't seen him in I haven't seen him in 2 years. It was pretty wild. But so what are you mentioned that you've been feeling the best you have. Why? What is it about this?
At one point, actually at work yesterday, they were talking about that. Or it might have been you. Talking about like how, it was this morning. You
Was
talking
that how you
about like
felt last year?
how doctors just, we keep the doctors in business because they just want to prescribe certain stuff. And I wish my doctor hadn't prescribed me stuff because I almost had knee surgery. I had to get an MRI and everything, and this was like right around the time I started working out with J.O., and I was just like, yo, I feel terrible. I feel like an old man. No mobility.
Yeah.
Something drops, like I'll be like, oh, Lord, I got to bend over and pick this up.
And this is before you lost the 70 pounds?
Yeah. But since February, it's just like my weight has been going down, but my confidence and the way I feel it's the opposite. Yeah. It's like a clutch and hitting the gas at the same time, going the other direction.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Just to put a pin, he used to hate me for his knees.
Oh, yeah.
Because he wanted the heavy hitter of weight loss.
Right.
And we spent like a month or 2 months just working on his knee mobility and his hips. And like little band stuff, sidewalks, monster walks, stuff I knew that was gonna get him on track.
Yeah.
And like the whole time he hated it, but you knew you needed it.
In my head, I'm like, yo, I'm doing these old man exercises, man. Like this for people with like knee surgery or something.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I'm sitting there like, what is this?
Right. Guys always have something to say about the big bands.
But I told him like it would be disservice for me to put him in a weight loss program. If we're seeing these roadblocks already, I'm going to put you on a heavy squat, right? And your knee's going to buckle or your ankles, right?
Yeah.
And then we're set back months or maybe even a year if you have to get some type of crazy surgery. So let's nip it in the bud now, right? Mm-hmm. Get you feeling good. All that extra crazy stuff, that's going to be there on the back end when it's ready. Yeah. And that's where we're at right now. You know?
So when did you program that in? Like how many months in when you started? Was it right off the bat you started doing more?
I think after like a month or two of us training, and I would notice like his feet were caving in on his shoes a lot. You know, he was rolling his. You weren't rolling your ankles injuring, but they would just kind of flex in, you know, and then his knees would knock too, you know. So I just naturally like I kind of didn't even ask him. I was just like, we're gonna focus on this, and especially with him and Lou. And I've told you guys this too for the weight loss clients is I was more aggressive with certain things on the training part, like the weight loss. Mm-hmm. Initially, I told them off the bat when we did our assessment, I'm like, look, we can do habits, healthy habits of dieting, drink your water, get your vegetables, or we can go the tracking route, right? The tracking's gonna be metrics. You're going to record everything you're eating. That's going to be as accurate as we're going to get. Mm-hmm. And you want to lose 100 pounds. That's the way to go. Yeah. If you're not ready, I'm going to meet you where you're at, though. Right. Yeah. But if we do these vague habits, we're going to get vague results, right? Yeah. To this day, he's monitoring everything that he's doing, and it's just habit now. You know some things you don't even need to monitor anymore. Right. Like, you know exactly how many bags of broccoli you're going to buy, how many pounds of chicken you need for the week.
And when you told me about the tracking immediately, I think we were right here after the win. I was like, man, hell nah. I'm not tracking my calories, man. I was like, I'm not doing that. A week later, I'm like, what's the app? Okay, I'm downloading now. Okay, I got it.
Yeah, well, bringing it back to kind of like maybe we call it the addictive personality, or you're kind of a creature of habit, so to speak. Right. Now knowing that, it doesn't necessarily surprise me that tracking works for you. Right. Yeah. Because we've talked about this ad nauseum that tracking is probably, if you're, again, to Josh's point, it's data. Mm-hmm. So for anyone watching, I mean, if you have a time sensitive goal, or even if you really need to know what you're doing is gonna pay off. Yeah, I mean, it's numbers, so numbers don't lie. Yeah. But some people do hate it. Mm-hmm. Like, I've had I explained the logic in that to some people, and a lot of people over the years have go, oh, yeah, that makes sense, I'm going to do it. And then for whatever reason,
one thing
it doesn't click.
You said numbers don't lie.
Yeah.
Unless you're voting, but go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, but
there's the comedian.
Man, but now I feel like that has changed like my life with the bands, because the pink bands, guess what? I got some now. I bought some bands. I got them at home now.
Ones?
Yep. That's what I'm talking about. One of them is pink though. I do all the old man exercises. I got a yoga mat, and I can tell the difference. If I don't do it the night before, I can wake up in the morning and I'm like sore. But if I stretch and do all the stuff, I wake up and jump right out of bed.
Now, do you think you would have, because you said a month or two? Yeah. Right? So if you started that from the start, do you think you would have been as agreeable to it? Like, if the beginning, like, did it take a little bit of almost trusting Josh to be into that?
Exactly. I used to tell you that all the time. I would try and be like, what if I do this? And I would tell him, let me shut up. You know what you're doing. Yeah. I'm be the client. Yeah. And then it is a lot of trust, though. Whatever he says I need to do, I do it, because that's why you get paid the big bucks.
But it's ebbs and flows, too, because we're collaborating, and we all know this, too. But look at how long it's taken us to do some of these other things that we've gotten to. Mm-hmm. It was always there. It took us like maybe 5 months of training to get him to start running or even jogging.
Yeah.
I still remember the first day I got him to run.
I hated it.
Right? Do you want to share it? Do you remember what
crazy,
you said?
Go crazy.
Right? Okay, so he came in, and I knew even before he came in, I was going to get him to start jogging. Like, we'd never done that before.
Josh was evil laughing.
Right,
Yeah.
he was like,
Well, here's the thing. Yeah, we went on the manual treadmill, and we've been doing that for a while, where we were just having him walk for like 5 minutes to warm up. And I get him on, and you, out of nowhere, said, before I even said anything, he's like, man, I hate running. Like, if you ever told me this, I'm going to walk out.
Right.
And I was like, well, actually,
right.
Yeah,
He's
that's
like, funny you say that.
Funny you said that.
Did
Yeah.
you feel a little something when he said that?
I got excited.
Right, got happy and shit.
I was like, I know he's gonna hate it, but like he's gonna do it anyways.
Right.
Yeah.
And then,
That's awesome. That's trust right there.
Yeah, it's
and,
like that meme. Run.
and same thing. You just flat out said like, I'm not a runner.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what it was. You said I'm not a runner, and I was like, you're gonna be a runner
Right,
today.
right,
And that's what started it.
He did.
Yeah, that's what started
awesome.
it. So we
Yeah.
did a 15-second
Freaking
jog.
Josh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It is so
He's
Josh.
like, you gonna run
We
today?
did 15-second jog to a 45-second walk, so super casual and light. And even after that, I told you, I was like, hey, I'm not going to hold you to anything. Like, that's just whenever I feel like we need to warm up or go that route, we can. And then he took it upon himself. He's clocking in miles, like hours worth of miles on his own. And I don't even have to, like, do anything for that. That's just out of your own will that you want to you want to do that.
I feel like a lot of that comes, like, it's all from trust. Like, literally, it's all trust. Because you tell somebody to do that the first day, they can be like, oh, he's just trying to make me look crazy and here's something. But when you see the results, it's like, oh, that's the plan? Let's get to it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, it was just it's really front of mind for me because I met with a branding consultant like a month ago because building a new website for our team here. Just really want to make sure, hey, if we're gonna do it, let's go big, right? And that was a theme that kept popping up, was just how much relationships or how relationship oriented we are here in our team. It's and I've even said this probably to you guys, like, yeah, fitness is great, it's important, exercise is important, nutrition is important, but if you don't love people, if you don't have a heart for people, then you're really not going to make it in this profession for very long. And so when you tell me things like, you feel like you come in here and it's like cheers, and you just have so much faith and trust in Josh, or you train with one of us if when his second kid is going to be born, right? Like that just, man, that touches me, and it brings me so much joy, and obviously I'm super proud of Josh. Josh is, you're good at what you do, man. So speaking of that, what are some of the things that you feel have surprised you about the training process?
Who, me?
You.
Oh, me? The results and me sticking with it, because I honestly did not picture being 73 pounds lighter when I was last year. I'd probably be the same. I've tried to lose weight 1,000,000 times, but I'm just shocked that I'm still working out. And that I do it on my own now.
That's awesome.
And then I'm running. Because that running shiggity.
And you got accountability. He's spreading the gospel. I mean, you got
that's so
your
cool.
coworker that you guys keep on track. You know that
my
you
coworker, my aunt.
Yeah.
She'll text me, did you get your running in today, baby? I'm like, damn.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
The guy that got him to train with us, I'm training him. Lou's the one that told him to come here in the first place.
Really?
Yeah.
How'd that work out?
I was what was that? I was trying to get all the Buddy Love serums and lose weight, the Ozempic and all that, and I got covered, but they wanted like $700 a month. And I remember I was on the phone with him. I was like, man, I can do it, but I don't know if I want to do that shit, man. And he was like, look, if you're gonna get a trainer for if you're gonna take medicine for $700 a month, dog, you can just get you a trainer.
I was thinking the same thing.
And I saw your name pop up literally like every time I typed in Naperville trainer, it popped up. And I kept looking and I saw you. I was like, I don't know. I kept scrolling and I was like, let's just do it. And I remember I called you up and we talked when I was on break at work. And you said, I feel like this is going to be a great pairing, and it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember where I was. I was like sitting in my my office, which is also not really an office. It's more of like a kid's toy storage.
Yeah, you said something about your kid too. You said something like my kid or something walked in or something.
Yeah, I think I got him to say hi, right?
Yeah, you did.
Say hi, TJ.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, that was probably Jamie. But yeah, I remember I was sitting there. It was like a Saturday, right?
Yeah,
something like that.
It was a late shift for me.
Yeah, and then here we are, right?
Yeah.
And so, Josh, what are some? I feel like not every single client, maybe, but a lot of the times I'm always changing just from working with my clients.
Yeah.
Like I'll learn some things.
Yeah.
About people, about myself, about what works for some people, what doesn't work.
Yeah.
What are some of the things you've learned, and how do you feel like you've grown since you started working with TJ?
Yeah, what doesn't work for me? I want to know because
So I think with you, and from what I see for my most successful clients, you guys are the most open-minded to want to experiment and it's okay to make a mistake because it just didn't work out at that time, and we can pivot, and you don't get in your head about that, which is amazing. But something that was new for me was you were one of the first probably nutrition clients that I've point blank had where nutrition was the main bulk of what we were going for. So, and
like when you were like sitting down and consulting.
Yeah, and so that can be intimidating for a new trainer.
Yeah.
To get some new material, whether it's corrective,
yeah, because you became a nutrition coach. Like
maybe 2 months before that, 2 or 3 months before.
Yeah.
So now it's like, fresh. Okay, this guy wants to lose weight.
Right.
You just got your certification, but how much of that is like, do you know, or how much of that was just going through the textbook and passing the grade? You know?
Like, are you ready to apply that knowledge?
Right? Yeah, and now it's giving me just overwhelming confidence to be able to tackle. Not everyone, right? But I can go in knowing like there's certain variables that don't change. When you're in a calorie deficit, there's nowhere around you're going to lose weight. That's almost a guarantee unless you're a special population, right? And then even to that one, then we just change. If things aren't working the way they're supposed to, percentages. Well, you have 5% more carbs. Let's drop that down and put it into the protein and just play around with those numbers. That's exactly what we started with the steak and egg diet. Right. That was a big trend early on in the year. Yeah. Everyone got all this energy from eating steak and eggs.
Is that kind of like a variant of the carnivore diet?
A bit. It was just like whatever enzymes in the eggs. Right. You got the protein from the steak, right, and the enzymes from the eggs. It's supposed to be like a natural, big boost of energy. Well, he was retaining fat and losing weight, which isn't what we wanted. Like, the scale was dropping, but not in the right thing. So we just flat out said, hey, that doesn't work for you. Let's swap out for salmon. And that's been what's getting us here. Breast. Yeah, so there's no reason to get upset that didn't work for a week or two. Now, if we kept that for 8 months, that's a different story, right? Yeah. But so there was that. And then I think, I know you guys rag on me, but we come from a similar cloth to where I can kind of be my natural self a little bit more here. Yeah. Sometimes with the demographic that we have here, we got to be a little more proper and be on our P's and Q's, which not that we're not, right? But there's a time to play and a time to really get to work. And I feel like we can let our guard down together.
Yeah. You blend it a little bit easier.
Yeah. I feel like it's more like a friendship now. It was like a business relationship. Now it's like when I come here, I'm like, oh, what up, J.O.? And it just feel good working out.
Yeah. But the goal is still the same, to lose the weight, and that hasn't been lost because of the friendship too. Right. I feel like too many people get to that middle ground, and then you see the training start to water down, and the boundaries start to get crossed.
That's the key word, I feel like, the boundaries.
Yeah, so
definitely not watering down the training.
Absolutely not.
Today I was like, Lord. I told Darian earlier, I was like, yo, man, You know how they got crash test dummies? Today I feel like I'm a whoop ass test dummy. I was on the couch like, man, 3:30. I feel like, whoa.
You were feeling it even before?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you worked out, like around 8, 9, 10 or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you were feeling it 5 hours later?
Yeah, I was sitting on the couch an hour ago like, Lord. But it's a good feeling, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm doing stuff that we do lunges now. And now it's not like crazy difficult. Now it's more like, okay, let's just get this shit over with.
Yeah.
Before it used to be like, oh man, I used to go, one way down and walk back?
Yeah.
And I'll mess up because I'll do extra stuff on accident. And he'd be like, oh, you could do that.
Yeah. Let's keep that in.
Yeah.
So do that too.
Yeah.
Because I ran. Remember, you had the 15-second run and 30-second walk.
Yeah.
But then I was doing it wrong. I was running 30.
30,
And he's
15.
like, you know what?
I was like,
keep doing that.
We're gonna run with it then.
I was like, man.
And that's where, like, for me, it's like, yeah, the opportunity to scale down is there, but you're exceeding that.
Right.
And you're keeping up with it. It'd be a different thing, because there's times where we'll see you exceed, and then the rest of the workouts get watered down, and then we got to reel you back, you know, and slow it down.
Yeah. It's like the one workout with the cones.
Oh yeah,
The circuit.
The circuit one. Yeah.
He put it out. It was like you got to run up and down the gym. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna pace myself, because you always tell me pace yourself, because I burn out with everything. I got that Michael Jordan mentality. I always tell people there's a scene in there when he kind of screams. And that's what I do in my head sometimes when I'm working with you, is like keep myself focused, like Mamba mentality type stuff. So I will burn out. He preaches to me, pace yourself. So we do the thing, and I get done with it. He's like, okay, that's it. And I was like, I was pacing myself, dog. I thought you was gonna do this. He's like, well, Darian got a minute?
Like 58 seconds.
Yeah, Darian did it in 58 seconds. You did it in 1:15. I was out of breath, like, put that shit back out, man. Put that shit back out. Then I beat him.
Yeah, beat him.
Yeah,
that was a good one right there. But just the fact that, like you said, we just did that like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
That was always there, you know. Yeah. That's what I love about this, is all of these opportunities are there, and you're just kind of slowly unlocking each one. I like to think of it like a video game.
Yeah.
You know, you build your stats up, and this tree right here is just unlocked for you.
Yeah.
And just outside the workouts, the thing that it's done, we've had so many conversations. It's more than just this right here. You talked about the confidence. You know, like I've trained some bigger people and we've talked about it, like going out in public, like amusement parks.
Right.
You know, you don't want to be caught knowing you're not going to be able to fit on that ride.
Yeah.
And now you got everyone waiting on you to get out of the
And they look like,
ride.
man, you knew your ass could fit on there.
Yeah.
You wasting time.
You talked about having to fly and having to get that extra
extender. I had to do that
extender.
plenty of times.
Like, it's more than that. Like, what does that do mentally? Like, you're not gonna say. Maybe you can make a light joke, but in your mind, you're like embarrassed.
You don't want to go anywhere.
You know,
exactly. You're scared to go. Like, I don't know if I can fit in this whatever the seats they have at this theater or anything. But
yeah, he got mad at a plus size store one time because they didn't have his double XL.
Yeah, I was pissed off, man.
But he forgot he was like XL.
Right, I forgot.
So he was about to walk off. He's like, I don't know.
I was on this site. I was trying to get a Kobe shirt, and all they had was they had 2Xs. They didn't have any 3Xs.
That's what it was,
I was texting people like, man, this is ridiculous, man. 3Xs. And then like 20 minutes later, I'm like, I wear 2Xs now. Let me get this 2X. So I ordered it. Like, you forget, you know, because you got as funny as it sounds, like a fat mentality.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can't do this, can't do that. So now I'm more like, I text everybody now. Like, I'm a texter. Don't call me, people. Right, Derek called me earlier, and I texted him. I was like, "Did you call me, man?" And I sent him a meme of this guy looking like this. Like, this is how I look when people call me.
Yeah,
like, don't be calling me, man.
I'm the opposite, and I have a buddy like that where I'll call him sometimes, and then he'll text me, and he'll just be like, "Hey, what's up?" And I'm
right. That's me. That's me. That's me.
What the heck?
If I could text 911, I could. Like, help, send. But I forgot we was talking about.
Fat mentality.
Oh, yeah, fat mentality.
Yeah, so like that's there's so many layers to what you guys were just talking about there. I mean, you're talking about with Delu.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, you've got, and even your aunt, right? You've got a community.
Yeah.
Right? And you're also talking about your identity your identity's been shifting. Right? And I feel in my experience, Josh, I'm sure you've seen this, and I think part of that even ties back in even to you saying Darian and TJ here are willing to experiment, take ownership, right? Like in some ways you have to be ready to make that identity shift, right? If you're thinking, yeah, I'm going to lose weight somehow working with a trainer, but every other area of my life's going to stay the same.
Right.
It just doesn't really work like that. I don't want to say all in because you don't have to go all in, right? Like the amount of effort every person puts forth in terms of how many times per week or how many dietary changes they make, et cetera, it's going to be different, but you do have to go all in terms of I'm ready to pursue a different me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like the way I've been living is not the way I want to live anymore. You can't just say, hey, exercise is in the corner over here.
Right.
And then I'm just going to go back to drinking. I'm going to go back to just, eating whatever I want, right?
It's got to be front and center. Like it's the main event. Like it got to be.
Exactly. And so kind of piggybacking off that or kind of going off of that, one of my concerns is when people lose weight, that's almost like, okay, that's 50% of it.
Right.
What happens next?
Right.
Right? And so you were up to 427, you got back down to 220, up to 350. You're back down now again, 70 pounds. What do you think about this next phase of maintaining and just what's the future hold? Like are you going to I'm not even saying training. Like do you feel confident that you're going to be able to keep the weight off?
Oh yeah, I do. I feel like 100%.
And why?
Probably because of that addictive personality that we was talking about. Like, it's more like, I got to do it. I feel bad if I don't go to the gym a few days in a row. Even though I go the same amount of days every week, I go at least 4. If I go like Sunday, Monday, and don't go Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I'm like, I feel like shit. Yeah. Knowing I'm going to go Friday and Saturday. So it's kind of like I have to be in the gym at least every other day doing something. And then the AA, as much as, that's a good point. As much as I didn't like AA, it's part of my life of keeping me from drinking. So it's kind of like that same mentality. You don't want to relapse and drink. You don't want to relapse and get into bad habits that make me gain weight. So that's a good point that you made earlier. So
yeah, because that again ties into the identity thing, right? Like you're looking at things differently, and then the way you behave in your life is affirmation of who you're becoming. Right. I mean, I heard somewhere along the line that habits are just affirmation of who you are. Yeah. Right? Yeah. So if you're not really willing to, again, make those habits, again, it's just that thing that stays over here, right? Yeah. So that's awesome, man. I feel confident for you, too, whether or not you're training, doing this, doing that, right? If you keep just embracing that new version of you, whatever that means for you.
Yeah, I feel like this year is the year of like destroy and rebuild. This is destroy. Next phase with me and Jay was like rebuilding what we've torn down and stuff. That's awesome. And I rolled that over into my life because I feel real hyped about like the comedy and the music. So I'm like, January 1st, like we jumping right back into it. Because I remember watching shows that I've done and I was like out of breath, just standing there, doing my jokes or whatever. And yeah, but now I feel like it's going to be a whole new me. Like, I'm ready. And I'm going to talk about all this.
We were just talking about that today, about like what we're going to do next year. Yeah. Which is pretty crazy. Just completely separate, not even knowing you were going to ask.
Yeah.
But we're planning and we're talking about like building muscle now. Like let's focus on getting the weight off first before recomping. But just like next year, we're just going to go just gun-ho and just see where that takes his body, honestly, And another thing, because we talk a lot about his comedy, he also raps too, and he's good, right? Yeah, and we talked about how his...
We'll have to plug you in at the end.
Right,
yeah.
Like find your like handles or whatever, man.
Definitely.
But
for comedy and rap.
Yeah.
And we talked about his breath work getting better. With like he can able to kind of tie his verses together without feeling as winded as much.
That is a fact. I did a song called Love Drug, and I was writing the verse at work, and it was kind of like straight through, and I was like, I can't rap this whole thing. So if you listen to it, it's a part when I say, wait a minute, TJ, what it say? I wrote that specifically so I can catch my breath and get back to the verse. But now I just fly through it and everything. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I feel like some of the rap concerts I've seen, like on TV or whatever, it's like it's sometimes hard for those even like not overweight dudes to keep their breath.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel like Kendrick has the best breath control. Like he can just all that running around. I sound like an old man now. All that running around and stuff on stage.
He clocks in like 5 miles every day.
Yeah.
Wow.
In the morning for that specifically. Yeah. Same thing with Cole.
Yeah. And he challenged me to run. And I remember I walked out. He don't know I be doing this, but he'd be like, yo, you need to run. He was like, it was Monday. He was like, okay, Friday, run 20 minutes straight. And I was like, okay, yeah, man, cool. Whatever.
Yeah.
Tuesday, Wednesday, I was like, hell, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Thursday came, I was like, all right, I'm going to do it. Then I did it.
Yeah.
And then like 2 weeks ago, I ran 30 minutes straight. So now I want to do a 10K. I texted Lou a few days ago. I'm like, yo, we running a 10K next year. He was like, not me. I was like, yes, we are, dog. Be ready. And he said he might do it.
Yeah.
So Josh, obviously you know that, you know, we have our lifer clients that come up here and there, right?
Yeah.
You know, and then we have seasonal clients, you know,
Yeah.
but it's not always transparent how that's going to work out, right?
Yeah.
You might think someone's going to be with you for a while, but it's not necessarily something that's communicated necessarily. It's maybe more of a feeling.
Yeah.
Right? So how does it feel for you as a trainer to have, it's October of this year, and you got your client here going, dude, what are we doing next year? Like, how does that feel for you?
I'm excited. Maybe I could be an on-the-road personal trainer for his comedy show.
There you go.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
But no, in all seriousness, it's a pretty amazing feeling where each one teach one. Like I said, I extend the olive branch of this conversation to like us with Lou because you led me to him, and now next week we have my daughter's birthday party, and I invited you guys over, and I know he's got his kids too, you know, and so you already confirmed you'll be there. Just that fact that we can kind of mesh it to be more than just training and build culture here, you know. Yeah. It's just an amazing.
And Josh is a dope artist. I told him I had a dream, literally like I sound like Martin Luther King up in here. I had a dream 3 weeks ago. I was literally on the couch, and I had this vision in my head when I woke up. It was a flag with the Juneteenth colors that said free, and I was like, and I came in Monday because it was a Saturday. I came in Monday and I explained it to him. He gave me the picture today. And it's dope as hell. It's dope. It's gonna be in the background. You saw it? It was dope as hell, man.
To see it.
Yeah. It's
I
gonna be
remember
the
the first
background.
time I walked into the room and you were drawing. No, you weren't drawing, but you had a notebook.
Yeah.
And honestly, Josh jokes so much that
Right.
sometimes I don't know when to take him seriously. And
That's me too.
So he goes, "Oh yeah, you know, I drew that." And I go, "Yeah, of course you did."
Right.
And then he's like, "No, actually, I didn't."
Right. Yeah, I'm talking skills.
He really is talented.
Skills.
Thank you.
Also a break dancer.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Back
You'll
in the
see that on
day.
Saturday, right? So
See some break dancing?
yeah, maybe
Oh,
you'll see
snap.
that on Saturday.
Oh,
But
okay.
I'm gonna join y'all like Shaq.
But
crazy.
Yeah.
They're both Renaissance men.
Man.
Right? He's over here with comedy and rap.
well, that's
Josh
why
over here.
we mold so well. I think is because we got a lot of aspects to play off of and kind of intertwine conversations to where he'll talk about some stuff and I'm like, I don't know about real much about that, but I can relate that to this and bounce back and forth, and we can kind of learn and grow from each other from that. You know,
100%.
Dude, that's awesome. So how much more weight you think you got to lose? Or
I'm
want
at
to lose?
268 now. I want to get, well, my goal was 100, but I remember like a couple months ago, you were like, I don't know if you want to lose like that much. You like a big guy. So I don't know. I know I want to build muscle, so maybe like 250.
yeah, we're getting close to, like, if we can lose 100 pounds, amazing, but we want to make sure it's fat getting lost and not muscle.
Yeah.
And I always tell people the more we lose that weight, the more impactful that could be, or the potential that muscle is going to get lost. So we can start thinking about when we get close enough, recomping, meaning like we can care less what you weigh, as long as your fat is significantly lower than your muscle. Because he can start gaining like 20, 30 pounds, right? But if that's muscle, you and I both know his body fat percentage is going to be significantly lower.
Yeah, of course.
But he could also lose 30 pounds. But if he's not weightlifting and he's eating like crap, but he's still in a calorie deficit, he's going to lose the weight, but he's going to look fatter because his fat percentage is going up and he's losing his muscle.
Yeah.
So that when the time's right and we might, like, if we ever hit a plateau and have to reassess, that might be the time when. But right now, he's just been losing weight almost every week.
And that's one thing I would say about the plateau. You guys here are so dope because you make it, what's the word when it's dedicated? It's a fitness, like a personal plan for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You change it up. You
Like reassess.
Yeah. Because I hit custom. Shout out to Nico, the sound man. Custom. Ding, ding, ding. Good answer. But I was at a plateau like 280, 290, probably like 2 months. Or like maybe a month and a half. And then he was like, I won't say finally like that, but I mean like you were like, yo, now we're gonna do some high intensity stuff. We started doing kettlebells. And as soon as we started doing that,
Started coming off again.
and then he brought me in the office and made me write the workout as he said it. And I wrote it on a piece of paper. And that's the one I do when I'm at home. At the gym. Yeah.
How many days a week?
The 4 days. Not 4 days of that, but 1 day of that.
Yeah.
So I do 2 days here, 1 day of kettlebells, and 1 day of running.
That's awesome.
Because I noticed, we were getting in the habit of, like, too much weightlifting, right? Well, the variables of the weightlifting were more like hypertrophy.
Okay.
You know? So I was like, that stuff is good. Like, you're retaining your muscle. But I know, like, also in his head, he wants to see the scale drop.
Right.
Yeah.
So for me, I know that's a good thing. But if the client also wants to see the scale drop, that's not a good thing.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, then let's chip away more. The muscle part, that's going to be there when the time is right.
Yeah.
But you know, one thing I got to give you credit for, Josh, is, you know, you were talking about boundaries earlier, being friends, right? And one of the negative, when I think of trainers who don't necessarily have boundaries, I call them workout buddies, right?
Yeah.
So they're just kind of like, it's nice, it's
Yeah.
fun to have you with me.
Right.
But whether or not you're friends, professional, this or that, the one hat I think we as trainers always need to keep on is, hey man, I'm always your coach though.
Yeah.
Right? Like I got your back. And one thing I think good coaches do really well is they help cast a vision. Right?
Yeah.
And because you guys some clients are very knowledgeable. I mean, some clients have almost no knowledge, right? It's a spectrum for sure. Right. But a lot of the times, you know, it's not just, hey, tell us what you want. Sometimes that's part of what we do is like, here's where we could go from here. Right?
Yeah.
And I definitely think that's something Josh does really well is he has enough knowledge, enough experience to say, here's the different directions we could go. Right? And kind of vibing off of you with that, right?
Yeah.
Like what's resonating with you, TJ?
Yeah, and we had a relationship now when I'm not angry, but he could tell I'm like frustrated.
Yeah.
Like I'm tired, I just walk away.
Yeah.
He'd be like, I know you're tired, or I know I got you when you finish exercising and you walk off.
That and when the swears start coming out, you know, because he's got his line Hashitashi.
Hashitashi.
Right? But when that goes away and F-bombs and S-words start throwing left and right, that's when I know I got him too, you know.
Like we did the rope thing today, and I was just going. He was like 30 seconds, and I'm like, it felt like forever. So I just yelled. I was like, time! So he could say, he's like, 5, 4. I was like, thank God, man.
He looked at me like if I didn't even start the watch.
Right.
That was so funny. But
I have a client, Leanne, who, shout out to Leanne, she will, she caught me enough times not really caring too much about what was happening at the clock. And I'd call 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 when I felt like doing it. And so nowadays, you know, when we're doing battle ropes or something like that, she'll look over at the clock and she's like, keep it, she's auditing.
Who's that,
me,
Leanne?
Right? Leanne.
Yeah, shout out Leanne. You stay on them with this time.
Trainers are notoriously not always the best, but we take our liberties with counting and time. And
he did that one time. We were doing the dumbbells, and I said something. You were like, I lost count. I said, I got it. 4, 5.
My way around that, does it feel like it's 10?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
If not, just do a couple more.
Right.
Can you do another one?
Right.
Just do another one then.
Man.
Right? So TJ, you were mentioning back, kind of you've mentioned comedy multiple times, right? And I don't know if I'm speculating here, but sounds like you're trying to get a little bit back into that again.
Oh, yeah. I got a lot more energy now.
Is that part of why? Because again, I look back on your notes, you said you were started in 2018, you stayed pretty consistent till 2022, and now kind of mostly off. Was that part of the downfall, was just you were feeling like you didn't have the endurance for it?
Just endurance in life. Like, I started not to just I didn't want to go anywhere. I started to become, as my mother, she would call me her little hermit. Because I was staying home. And I kind of resorted back to that. So I stopped doing comedy. But I feel like, and it's funny you say that because I just watched my first set a few days ago. The very first set I ever did. And it was hilarious. I'm not just saying that, y'all. It was hilarious. But I feel like I have that kind of energy now again. And I was always the guy where people be like, yo, he's just naturally funny. Yeah. And I would just go up there and kind of wing it. But now I'm more like, I feel like the workouts have gotten to the point where it's resonating to comedy because I find myself writing stuff out more and taking the time out that it takes to actually get something done instead of just winging it. Now I have patience and I have focus. And that's probably from working out.
I love that. I love that because, again, it really does go back to that identity thing, right? It's like excellence in one area of your life is starting, and the things you're learning from that experience are starting to impact other areas of your life. Yeah. And for me, that's a big part of my, I mentioned earlier kind of doing that consulting with the branding consultant. Right. Again, like when I really started thinking about, okay, what is it that I'm really passionate about fitness for? And one of the things is it empowers you in your life, right? 100%. Like if this isn't helping you be a better person in some way, shape, or form outside these walls, probably not doing it right. Or maybe it's just not the right fit. Maybe you need to go swim or something like that, right? And that's cool, right? Yeah. But like, I love hearing you say that because again, I think ultimately, to me, and someone might argue with me, fitness is not this thing that it's like, oh yeah, maybe that's for me. It's like, no, it's for humans. Right. Right? Are you a human? Because if you are, then exercising is, you got, eat. I mean, how many times have we heard you are what you eat since we were little kids, right? Like, these concepts aren't groundbreaking, right? And it's not necessarily saying, like, oh, you got to be, like, this extreme or that extreme. Right. But if you're not being more mindful of how these things are impacting your life and you think, maybe it's, just give it that's how I feel, right? Like, give it a shot. Yeah. So,
I feel like there's a lot of stuff on social media when these guys selling everything. I think I told you this before. Like, they'll be all hyped up. Like, this is what you want to lose. You want to lose fat. You eat this. You got to eat this and this and this. And I'm like, you know what you should eat? Less.
Yeah.
That's it. It's not that hard, man. You trying to sell me something when I could just eat less. Yeah, it's all a scam, man.
We even talked about the eat less thing of like, where you said the analogy of like when doctors tell you eat less, right? Well, I eat 3 bags of hot Cheetos. You're telling me to eat 2 bags. Right. Yeah, I said it this morning. Is that still good? Or like, where do you draw that line? Yeah. Like, no, we need to try to find some type of metric of actual, like, tangible.
And that's why I like the what is that thing
called? The scan.
My old man, the doohickey, the weight thing. It gives you all the things, and like he'll say, "What's your protein like?" And I'm like, "Okay, it must be down." He's like, "It's down." So I start eating more protein, and I was starting to balance out. So I was never into that kind of stuff, like ever. Yeah. And now I'm like, Mr. Let's get it.
Yeah. You're gung ho about it.
Yeah, I am.
Dude, that's awesome. So, TJ, we've been talking for almost an hour and 20 minutes, an hour and 15. What do you want to impart onto the viewers, right? If there's people out there who are looking at you, maybe hoping you're going to drop a little wisdom here at the end, maybe, or maybe it's just not even that, it's just from the heart. Like, who do you feel like you need to say something to right now?
I would say to be open about your story, I guess, and try and be as transparent as you can, because one of the big reasons I started talking about health was in January. My coworker, she was just, she's kind of blunt, and she was real open. She was like, I'm thinking about having weight loss surgery. I'm thinking about getting this. and in my head, I'm like, damn, that's bold as hell to say it in front of everybody else at work.
Yeah.
So that kind of opened me up. And then me and her started talking about the stuff. And now, like, when I'm at work, it's just open. It's like, yo, man, and we can, like, that was probably the catalyst. Her just saying that and being open, it gave me confidence.
Yeah.
To talk about, like, my weight loss struggles. And then 8 months later, she's losing weight, I'm losing weight, and it's kind of like a mentality that we have now.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so be open. You never know who might want to hear your story.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Or needs to hear your story.
Mm-hmm. And it needs that. I love that. And it's true that, a lot of the times people are not going to do it because they're afraid. Mm-hmm. But when you step outside yourself for a second, well, if you're afraid, other people are afraid.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right.
And I've had to do that before, like going to comedy shows, and it'll be me and 2 other comedians, and I'm like the guy, not the leader at all by any means, but just
that's
more.
Something a leader would
right,
say.
Right. right, not the leader. But I remember going to certain places and having to like act like I had confidence, knowing inside I was like, oh shit, I don't know, but I couldn't let them see me like that. So hopefully that kind of gave them that. So that's kind of like what I want to give people. Even if I don't feel like I have confidence, I'm going to give you the realistic illusion, which means it's not fake. I got the confidence, but sometimes I don't even know I have it. So you might not even know you have the confidence. So like realistic illusion. That's the only way I can describe it. It's in everybody.
It's in everybody.
Yeah.
I love that. Well, TJ, thank you so
Thank
much,
you,
man. I
J.O.
appreciate it. Josh.
Nico.
Yes, sir.
Nico.
Good job, man.
Keep up the great work. Apparently, we'll have to do this again sometime in 2026.
Hey, I'm down.
TJ's
down.
going to be like,
Right. I'm gonna be like Josh. Josh gonna be sitting over there. Like we ain't got no room.
yeah.
Nah. I feel like this is a family vibe, man. I love this place. I'm not just saying that. It's because we're here, but I speak highly of this place to everybody, as you know, because D. Lou started coming here.
Yeah.
It's just it's a vibe,
Dude, I appreciate it.
Thank you, man.
Awesome.